When you're presenting information about your organisation, it's really critical that you have a management report to guide you on that path, to help make informed decisions, to help you understand what's going on in your business, to get to the heart of it, and to actually make those powerful decisions that will improve where you are, rectify what's going wrong. And the heart of that is actually understanding how a management report should be structured. Hi folks, welcome to another weekly episode on I Hate Numbers. This is the channel that's got a mission. The mission is to help you make more money in your business, increase your financial literacy and awareness, reduce tax, reduce stress, save time, and have the business that you aspire to have. Who wouldn't want that for their business? Let's crack on with the video. Now, first of all, before we dive into the content, the presentation, the style, remember your report is there to engage people, to not make them stab their eyes out with a pencil, not to have their eyes glaze over. So you want to engage them. So keep the language simple, avoid jargon where you can, use visuals, use representations like charts and diagrams to summarize those key points in there. The second thing you need to consider is the report has to be catered for the type of manager that you have in terms of seniority, level of responsibility, and what they're actually doing. So if you're reporting to your senior management team, your board of directors, your trustees, make sure the information is aggregate, it's not too detailed, make sure it looks at the outside of the organisation as well as the internal workings of the organisation as well. They do not need to see every single minutiae of detail. If, however, you're reporting at an operational level, those people are at the sharp end, the coalface, if you like, then you need to show more than nuts and bolts because that's what's relevant for that particular level of management. It's not to say one level is more important than the other. They have different tasks, different responsibilities, different tools are required to help discharge their responsibility. Now let's think about the actual structure and the content of the report. Now first of all, think about the layout and the presentation. Always good, have a nice cover page. Reinforce it with your own branding, your logos, your pictures. You want to make the document engaging and something that somebody wants to read as well. Inside, always good to start off with your mission and your values. What is the purpose of your organisation? What is your why? I would also add what's called an executive summary. And then what that tells you in broad stroke is what's the key findings from the information that's contained within that report there as well. What are the headlines? So somebody doesn't have the time, or they don't want to drill down any further, they can have a takeaway as to what the executive summary is telling them about what's going on historically, what it means for the future, and what action needs to be taken. Let's continue with this dialogue. Now, if you're sitting here, folks, by the way, thinking, Mahmood, what is this management report? What's these executive summaries? But by all means, drop us a line, arrange a call, and we can discuss this even further. Let's get back with the video. Now, in terms of content, financial content plays a really important part. And the typical financial data that you have, the reports that you have, will be looking at things like profitability of your organisation. We'll be looking at cash flows, liquidity. The typical statements you might have would be profit and loss or income and expenditure. You may have a cash flow statement. And when I say may, I really mean you should have one. And depending on the level that you're reporting to, a balance sheet may be appropriate. Now, the reference points, numbers by themselves mean absolutely nothing. So make sure you're comparing your actual results against expected, brackets budget. Make sure you've got a last year perspective. So make sure you've got measurements looking at the current period you're reporting for and the cumulative position in your current financial year. Now, added to that, within the financial data, make sure you've got appropriate KPIs. And KPIs, folks, are key performance indicators. Have the key performance indicators that are critical for you, for that level of management that you're reporting at, and make sure that not only do you have the raw numbers there, but it actually gives you the indicators that you want. Present them visually, present them numerically, but have them there nevertheless. Now we're going to find a couple of things here to mention before we wrap up this particular video. Non-financial data is as strong and blends in with the financial data to give you an all-round comprehensive performance. We can look at profitability, but looking at profitability in its own right doesn't tell us why that's going down. So looking at things like customer returns, the quality of the product and services that we're doing, the length of time it takes us to answer customer queries, are things that will help understand the impact on profitability for that particular period. So blend in, take a balanced approach, look at the operations of the organization, look at the relationships with your customers, look at how you are treating your staff, the innovation that you have, as well as the financial data as well. Now, finally, I would suggest a nice conclusion. As we read information that's nice and legible, that's pictured in picture form, it's represented visually, it's got graphs, something to delight everybody, and it's engaging in the simple language, draw things together with a conclusion. What's the overarching conclusion? What does somebody need to do? And what are the implications of not actually doing anything at all? And there, folks, you have a management report. It's an evolving, it's a living, breathing document, and it will evolve and improve as time goes on. Hopefully this video has resonated with you. Hopefully there's things in there that are of interest that you can gravitate towards. If you need any help with the design or implementation of your management report, you know what to do. Not call Ghostbusters, give us a call. And until next time, folks, I'll see you on the other side.